Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about full stack development. We're going to start from HTML up to Next.js. Okay, and we'll introduce Python as well. Okay, so we're going to start with HTML. So yeah, basically HTML is just a skeleton of the think of it like a skeleton of a human body. Provides a structure, the bones that holds everything together. Okay, and CSS is like a skin, hairs, clothes, appearance. JavaScript is like a muscle that makes things work. Okay, these are the three foundational blocks of programming in web development. Okay, so HTML, we have document structures and schematics. We have like doc type. Okay, basically this doc type HTML tells the browser I'm using HTML5. We're just introducing to the browser, telling the browser that we're using HTML5 here, and we have this has to be included before you write any HTML code. Okay, and without doc type, browser goes into a quark mode, renders it like it's 1999. Okay, this we have to type this one. Okay, let's remove this one and let's start from beginning, which is doc type HTML, and the next step is lang en. This helps screens. This helps the screen reader pronounce words. Okay, we don't type here, but yeah. This helps the screen reader pronounce words correctly. Think of head like backstage of the theater. All the setup happens there. So let's go ahead and put the structure here. Let me show you. So first we have to type HTML. Okay, and then we have to type head here, and down we have to type body. Okay, so this is basically it. Head is just the title. You can type here my first application here, and if you run it, it's going to display my first application. Okay, it's just the head. Okay, and you can type here the body. Here you can type what you want to display on the body. Okay, and you can use you can use dev here. Dev is like a container. Okay, dev is basically like a container. Think of it like a container. So it can contain multiple elements. Okay, this is like an element. This is one element. Body is an element. Head is an element. HTML is like an element. Okay, if you consider, like, for example, we have other elements like P is for paragraph, and H for heading, H1. So basically these are called elements. Okay, so basically we are going to assume we want to put here application on the heading, and a paragraph. I'm going to type hello world. Okay, let me run this, see what happens. Yeah, so it's displayed on the body. So this is the div, is like the container that contains multiple it can contain multiple elements together. Okay, and it's used to structure your code. Like, you can have more than one div inside your code, right? So you can have different div here, and this is used to write clean code. Okay, the reason this is darker or more appears bolder and appears larger than the rest is because this is H means heading. Okay, so P is just a paragraph if you want to write a paragraph. So basically here are some best practices when writing code, professional code. You need to use semantic elements so stop using devs for everything. Okay, so here we use dev, here we can use dev, right? There is another way to do it. See, if you make your code look like this, multiple devs, it's going to be it's not going to look that good. Okay, you can use classes to separate it. Like for example, here I mentioned class header, just so we can know this is the header part. Class main, we know this is the main part, this is the footer part. That's why we use class here. Okay, but there is a better way. We can use semantics, like this semantic structure. Okay, instead of dev here, okay, we can just do it this way. We can just remove this dev here. Okay, we can just put it this way. We can put the header here like this, and I'm going to put, yeah, we can put the header here. Here we can put the nav bar if we have a navigation bar or something. Okay, and here we can put the main. Our code will be here, our main code will be here. Okay, and here we can put down, we can put the footer. Footer is the bottom of the page. So basically we have structured it this way. Okay, main we can put yeah, so instead of using dev we can use like this. Header we can put here navigation bar, like our nav menus, like this one. Let me show you a simple website, any website actually. Just doesn't really matter. Like basically this website, Google, you see this first section. No, let me show you a better website. It's Alton. Okay, let me just show you a better website. Okay, different website preferred. W3 schools. Yeah, so this is basically, you see at the top we have links here. This is the header section. This is called nav bars. This is called the nav bar at the top, where we include the links and where we include the sign-in button, where we include the search if we want, and yeah, and this is called the body. This is the hero section actually, but it's inside the body. Okay, this is the body. Okay, and this is the footer at the bottom here. This one is the footer. This section is the footer. So that's why we divided our page into 3 different sections. Okay, so yeah, when to use semantic element, header, introductory contents at the top, logos, navigation, search. We can put it here, navigation, links, and we can use also nav bar here. Nav is another semantic. Okay, for to put your navigations here inside. And main, unique main content, only 1 per page. Main has to be 1 per page. Section is thematic grouping content, like chapters or tabs. You can put sections inside the main if you need. Divide new sections inside the main. And yeah, articles aside. Let's say you have sidebars like this one on the side, you can use aside, and footer for the bottom. Best practice, dev should be your last resort, not your choice. Use it only when there is no semantic element left. Okay, so the heading, as I told you, we have let's put a heading here. Let's add one section here, section, and yeah, because I already have here, so let me put here h1 hello, and just going to copy this one, Control C, and I'm going to paste it here, paste it here, paste it here, paste it here, paste it here. I'm just doing this so I can show you the different levels of headings available. Yeah, so I'll change the number here to H2, H3, H3 here is H4, H5, H5, H6. So if you run this code now, you're going to see, yeah, you see this one. So the first one, H1, is the biggest, the largest, and the more, yeah. H2 is one level smaller than the H1. H3 same. As the number increases, the size decreases of the heading. Okay, that's the idea of H1 headings. The correct heading structure, you should have only one H1 heading per page title. Okay, per page title. Okay, and you can have H2 inside the section, and H3 if you have an article, H4, but H1 has to be one per page. Yeah, and don't skip levels. It's bad for accessibility. Like if you have H1, the next should be H2. Why hierarchy matters? Screen readers use headings to navigate like a table of content. Search engine prioritize heading contents. The rule: never skipping heading level H1, H2, H3, never H1, H3. They're just saying you shouldn't make it like this. H1 then H3. It should be step by step. Essential meta tags. Meta tags are character encoding. Use UTF for all, UTF-8. This is just a character encoding. Okay, you can add it on the heading here, on head here. Okay, and this is the viewport. Makes sites responsive on mobile devices. You have to also add this one, meta name, equals to viewport. Let me just copy this one, and yeah, this will make the site responsive for mobile codes. Viewport, we are just defining the width. Width device uses device actual width. Okay, initial no zoom at start. So SEO foundations, this is for SEO. We're just defining the name, description. Okay, the content, we're just defining the content here. This shows up on Google search results. Okay, so HTML, yeah. Analogy for viewport: imagine a website is painting, and is a painting. Okay, without viewport, meta, and mobile browser zoom out, mobile browsers zoom out to show the whole painting, tiny. With it, they show the painting at its actual size. You scroll to see more. Okay, so the idea is this makes sure that the website is showing actually based on the mobile device size. Use the device actual width. Okay, so link and script replacement. We have yeah, script is, if you want to write JavaScript code, you can add script here. You have to use this one, script source, this one. Okay, so basically you should put it at the bottom. Actually, it's recommended that to be at the bottom, I think. Okay, like here, if you want to write the JavaScript code, script at the end of the body. Okay, but you can use style sheet here. Style sheet is for to write SSS code. You can add style sheet here. Okay, in the head you can add style sheet here. So basically this is referring to the here this page. This is a separate style SSS, okay, extension. This is for where we write our SSS code. Remember we said that SSS is used to make our website appear more beautiful, okay, and .html is where we write the HTML code. And scripts at the end of the body, or you can also use defer if you want. If you don't want to put it at the end, you can just add defer here, okay. Defer downloads in the background, runs after HTML is parsed, okay. Async downloads in the background, runs immediately when ready, may interrupt parsing. There are two options, defer and async, but but the best option for you is just to put script at the bottom here. We can just add a script at the bottom. The source, this one, we can just put it at the bottom. Yeah. And body rule of thumb: CSS always in the head, prevents flash of unstyled content. Yeah, make sure CSS is always in the head. JS at the end of the body, unless you need to defer or async. End of the body, that means here. Just add it like this, okay. And make sure JS is at the end of the defer. Forms is, yeah, forms are like paper application, okay. Forms in real world, each input type is different. Way to collect information: text fields for names, checkbox, and radio button. So basically what do they mean by form is that, let me show you, like by going to Facebook. So let me show you what they mean by forms. This is form. This is a form, okay. Let me create a new account here. This is a form, okay. See, it's just these fields. These are the fields, okay. So this is how the code is written. We write form action equals to api.submit method post. Action is where to send the data, okay. Here we specify where to send the data, okay. Method, how to send it: get shows in URL, post hides it, okay. Post, whenever we use for forms, we have to use post. Post means we are sending the data to the server, right, to the backend, right, for processing. Get means we're retrieving data. So we can use also field set here, this to group fields like legend, personal information, or stuff. And buttons are this ones, this sign up button. And we have type submit, okay, submits the form. Type reset clears the form. Button does nothing without JS. So basically these are the types of button. This is how we write the button, and we can actually try button here, and we can also try form. I think let's try form here. Just type form here, and let's type input type text, and value will be name. And basically I think that's it. And we can add label here, label, and I'm going to call it just name will be fine. And I'm just going to copy this one, Control C, and I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to call this password. No, I'm going to call this password. And I'm going to change the type to password here. Password, and the value should be password as well. Password, and we can add a button here, and type is going to be submit. And that's name will be sign up, sign in or sign up, whatever. So let's see if this will run. Yeah, it's running. It's just it doesn't look good because we didn't add CSS, and also yeah, we can just but basically this is the idea of a form. Okay, we can add action here. Action equals to something, and we can add here method equals to post something. So basically how we write, I used label. Label is just this name. Put a name near the field. Okay, and I choose input. Input is if you want to take input from a user, you just use input and you put type here. We have text, we have password, we have more also. You can change this password and put it like radio. Okay, it's like radio button. Okay, like you see this one, or it can also be a checkbox. It can be different types here. It can be a checkbox. Okay, and this is a button. So this is the idea, and the ones you will actually use, yeah, here the input type can be a text. Okay, placeholder is just to put here, like if you noticed here, this is here when you, yeah, I put the value here. Actually we don't need to put the value here. I meant to say placeholder. Instead of value we can use placeholder and just make it name here. So see what happens. Yeah, you see this grayed out. There is in gray, you can see that there is, it's saying name. So that's what it means. So just like this, you see first name, surname, your age, it's written there, right? But you can barely see it. That's basically what it means. And you have password. The type can be email also. You can just change the type to email, validates email format. That means it will need like this. You have to use this format. Use any other, it will not work. Number, tel for telephone, and we have text area also. This is text area is used for like to put for description or something. Okay, we have checkbox. We have radio. Okay, you can just type radio here. It's going to work. And select is like a drop down box. You can use it for drop down box. Let's go ahead and try to do this one. Okay, let me show you what it will look like if you change the type, for example here to email, email. Okay, let me just try it here. Let's say I put here email. Okay, and change the placeholder as well to email, and I change the name to email. Okay, let's run this one. Okay, see what happens. Let me type anything here. Please include at in the email. This is missing at because this is not the correct email structure, right? But if I put my own email here, it's going to work. Okay, yeah, ignore the error, but it's going to work. But basically it adds validation. And so for drop downs we can do we can do something for drop downs. We have something called select. Okay, name and equals to country. Let's say I put here ID equals to country and close here. See what happens. We put options here. Option value equals to this, and I mention here select a country, and let's say I will just copy here. Let me just copy this one so that it's much faster. I can show you how it will look. So this is basically what it will do. You see, it's just a drop down field. You just write select here, and you type the name and ID, and you just add options. What are the options you need? Okay, we're going to use this one, so you can type the first one as select a country, and yeah, and then you can type the options that you need here using option then value. Okay, and text area is actually for descriptions. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is it's like this you see this one, this is like for address or something large you need from the user, like comment box or something. We can use text area like this. And to accept file input, we can use input type file, accept image, for example, multiple if you want to use different file types. Okay, we can try that one also. Let's see what it looks like. It will give you a button like this. It will allow you to input images and stuff, any file you need. Multiple means you want more than one image. Delectable, multiple files, more than one file, sorry. So we have date actually. This one, input type date, is going to show you the date picker. We can try it here. Yeah, like this, going to give you a date picker here, a basic date picker. Input type date picker. Input range, this is a slider, like a range. Here we can add it here. Now put it inside the form and see what happens. Yeah, this one, range. And color, this is a color picker actually. So the critical label input relationship, label, I told you label is actually for plus ID most reliable. And yeah, clicking a username focuses the input. Screen reader announce username, edit text instead of just edit text. Best practice, always connect label to input. This is not optional, so low for accessibility. Yeah, we have two methods like this one, label for username, okay, and input type, I mentioned text, ID equals to username, name equals to username. So this is the most reliable way. Let's see how it will look like. Yeah, so basically the username, this is the username, and this is the input type. Yeah, the label is just this one. I told you this is the label, the name. Yeah, and form validation without JavaScript. Yeah, usually we use JavaScript for form validation, but we can use we can add basic form validation, like we can add required here with the form. If you add required, it's not going to submit, it's not going to let you submit the form. Let's add required here. If I can just add here required, that means you have to fill this field, or else it's not going to accept it. Okay, let me just click run here and try to fill all the fields, except I'm going to, actually most of them are optional, so it doesn't matter. Please fill out this field. This is for the username. Okay, it's not going to allow me to submit because I mentioned required here. If I remove this one, see what happens, and run it again. Let me just type something here, and done. It allowed me to fill. And we have minimum lengths here. You can add here, so it will accept minimums 3 letters, maximum length 20. You can add pattern also. So minimum, max, you can add this one. And required custom validation message, you can add here on invalid, this set custom, enter. Okay, never rely only on HTML validation, always validate on the server too. HTML validation is for user experience, not security. Yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, medias and link image the right way. We use IMG. element for image. Always use alt. Alt is good for SEO. This is the for SEO ranking. Yeah, alt means it's non-negotiable. Skill reader read it loud and shows when image fails to load. That's good. And bad alt image jpg, and good alt equals to photo something. Yeah. Okay. Describe the content and context. So yeah, the alt should describe the content of this. What is this picture actually? Source is just the source, width and height and loading. Yeah, and that's it. And source set provides options. Size tells browser where to pick based on screen size. Yeah, okay. Okay, you will basically put different images, specify different image here, and you'll specify the width. If the size of the window, the browser is like 1000 W, you're going to use this image, the medium image. If the size is 2000 width, you're going to use this one. Basically, that's what it means. Okay, this is the max width and this is the viewport stuff. And this is fallback. Fallback means in case both the images fail, the image, you can use this one. You can use using picture element, art direction, different scope, different size. Okay. And links are basically, yeah, links are basic link is just ahref. Like you can use link here, ahref equals to https://.com, close and visit, exam visit or something, put here /a, see what happens. So basically this is link, this is a link. You click it, it's going to redirect you to this page. Okay, right now it's not, it's just a fake URL, right? But that's what it works. You right click here, type copy link address, okay, and paste it here, you're going to see this page. Basically that's link. You don't have to link to a page, you can also link to another section of the inside the same page. Like for example, let me show you here. This is okay, target blank, open in a new tab. Okay, if you use target this one, it means it will open on the new tab. Okay, blank. Why the rel attribute security vulnerability? No opener, no referrer. Without no opener, new tab can access Windows opener, redirect to your original tab. Hides referrer information from destination. Okay, this is just security. And we have okay, you can also link to the about us relative to the domain root, the path here. Okay, this is just the path of the contact. Go up one directory, and this is, you can go to sections also. Okay, let's say we have multiple sections and we want to go jump to another section of the page. We can use this one, hash section 2. This is defined in ID on the other sections. Okay, and like this one, you see this one, h2 ID section 2. So this one should jump to this one, and you can link this one. So let us, this is very important, so let us try it out here. Let's say this section, hello section. Okay, I'm going to try to type something here, section, and lorem 100. Lorem is just a way to add dummy content. Okay, actually I don't know if it will work here. It's not going to work. Lorem, no, it's not working here actually. But anyways, the idea is that let's say I want to go to jump to this section. Okay, or let me just copy this one and paste it here, and paste this one. Okay, run this one. Let me just change the name here to section 3. Okay, I'm going to show you how I'm going to jump to section 3. I'm going to change this link. Okay, I'm going to just make it hash section 3. Okay, and I'm going to name this section also. I'm going to add ID here equals to section 3. So this is what should happen. Let me show you what should happen. Here, go to section 3. Go to section 3, and let me put this one at the top so that we can put it. Yeah, let's run this one. Okay, I'm supposed to go down here. Like, I can just click this one. It's supposed to take me to down. Okay, so but here it's not working. The reason it's not working is I defined everything like I should do it. ID, I mentioned ID here. Section, I think there is a spelling mistake or something. Section 3, no, there is no spelling mistake. Maybe because it is on a, let's try to do this one. Copy this one, copy, paste, section, run. Yeah, see, it took me to section 3. You click this one, it's going to display this one. So this is how it works basically. It takes you to the next section because you defined an ID here. So let's see. Okay, so this is taking more than I expected it to take. Okay, this is HTML. Yeah, we have here table. Table is for data, not layout. Okay, use table only for data. Like let's say you have a report, you can use t head. Okay, you have table row here. You have multiple heads, and you have t body for footer and stuff. Never use table for layout, like making sidebars. This is what the CSS is for. Okay, and accessibility is like building ramp along stage and stuff. Area 1 HTML is not enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and play with tables. Okay, let's assume we're just going to type table here, and we're going to have t body. Okay, we're going to also have t head. Okay, inside t body we're going to have tr, which is going to be table rows, and inside the tr we're going to have tds, and we can have like 3 tds here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we can have actually 3 rows, but let me just first type here test. I'm going to say test here, and inside head also I think we should have th. Inside head we should have th here, table header, and inside th we're going to have td also, I think. No, th is going to be inside table row here. You should have tr here, and th we're going to put it inside here. So let's say no, and copy and paste. So we have 3, and let's just copy this one and add one more here. So let me just run this one. This is the table, this is the top body, and this is the head. There's a reason why it's not running, not sure why exactly, but it should be, no, it's running here, it's working. It's just that we cannot see it actually. See this three hellos are from here, table headings. These are the headings, and this is the row. This is one row, this side is one row. So on here we have two rows, right? 1, 2. TD are the cells, 1, 2, 3, the columns, the rows. Okay, so basically this is how we write tables. And div tells screen reader of this button, makes it focusable with keyboard. Tab index button, that's not a button. Let me see what this means actually. On click, close menu, on crisp. Okay. Live region, array live polite, new message received, waits for user to finish current task. For urgent announcement and assertive, interrupts immediately using sparingly, array live. Describing relationship, don't fight the natural flow, don't do this. Tab index 1, 2, 3, better let DOM order determine the tab order. The first, the second, the third. Use makes non-focusable element focusable. Okay, let us try 0. Tab index 0. Okay, just for the sake of testing, copy this one and try it here. No, let me just copy this one, try this section only, and put this one 0. Let's see if it will actually work. We have first, also working. Okay, so basically, yeah, color contrast, it's the low. Normal text needs 4:5:1 contrast ratio. Large text 18 point plus needs 3:1 contrast ratio. So bad contrast is like this hard to read gray text. Okay. Good contrast is this one, background color white, easy to read dark gray. It's hard for you to read, it's impossible for someone to visions issues. Okay. Difference between junior and seniors, always use the right elements, like yeah, like this for example. Don't use div for button, right? You can just use the button element right here, and don't use BR for spacing, while you can use you can just open a paragraph on the next session, on the next line. Okay. And strong versus bold. B is for bold, and I elements is for italic. Strong is for important, E for emphasize, and HTML5 self-closing tags. You know, we have opening and closing tags, right? Like for example here we have head opening tag, we have closing tab. If you remember, we have, whenever we open any tag, we have a closing tag here. We put /a, right? But some elements don't need the closing tag. We can just close it by closing it on the same element, like adding slash on the one element or no, not like this one. Like image, for example. Image doesn't have no slash needed for image. Okay, for break, this BR is just going to work. HR is going to work. All these things, you just need to put one element. You don't need to close it. You can just close it by putting slash. The HTML always run your HTML through W3C validator. it catches unclosed tags, wrong nested element, duplicate IDs, accessibility issues. Senior developer habits. Yeah, this is the validator actually. You can use this one to check. You can just put the image and it's going to check for you or any mistakes. Practical examples you will actually use. Complete blog post. Let's see what time it is. It's almost 1 hour on HTML alone. Okay, we have meta tags like this. We talked about meta tag. We said that we need to use this one for to make the page responsive, so it can check the device actual size and display the content based on the size. We said we will add this one for SEO, so we can for search engine results, so it can appear there. And this is just for characters, and that's it. We said we use Ahref for links, and yeah, so basically that was our course in HTML. And next I'm going to